So, Jordan Elsey of talkSPORT MMA. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Tom Aspinall. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, good. Good, thanks, mate.
Brilliant. Well, first things first, congratulations. Obviously, it's been a while. We've been waiting, but you finally got that big fight. How does it feel?
Pretty good. You know, I train twice a day regardless. I feel like I'm a full-time athlete, but just like having a whole new purpose to my life. And I like it, especially a fight like this. A rematch. My first rematch, actually, amateur or pro, and never had a rematch before. And like it. I think Blaze is a tough fight, mate. He's a really, really serious opponent, and something that I welcome that. Do you know what I mean? I welcome it a lot, and I'm looking forward to it.
It is a rematch, and it's a redemption story that you've kind of got going on here. That first fight lasted 15 seconds. We all know what happened, but in terms of when you were in there with them, is there anything you can take from that fight?
No,
nothing at all.
Nothing.
And when you've had, obviously you've done a full camp training for him, you're going in there again. Do you feel like a lot of that stuff that you didn't get to show, you've got to show this time around?
Yeah, I think so, but I've improved a lot. We're two different fighters now. Like, we've improved a lot, both of us, since then. I've got a lot more experience since then, especially big fight experience, which is massive. You know what I mean? I've since then I came back and main event in London, and then I flew across and won in Madison Square Garden against the most dangerous guy in the heavyweight division and knocked him out. So my confidence has grown loads since then, and yeah, just everything's better. Everything's a lot better. I'm a new version of myself now than I was when I fought last time. So, and he's improved as well. So whole new fight mate, this time.
Good to hear. And when you train and you daydream and things like that, how do you see it playing out? How do you get hand raised?
I feel like I've got the speed and the power to knock anybody out. I feel like I have to touch you once, and I think that goes across the heavyweight division. You know, that's pretty general, but I think the speed at which I hit people and the way I close distance is unlike any other heavyweight, and I feel like I have the ability to knock anybody out.
And away from the fighter and the fight itself, it is in Manchester. That's close to home for you. How is it nice getting that call? Because it's been London, it's been New York, it is nice, but being so close to home, how cool is that?
Yeah, do you know what? I don't like travelling, you know. Quite like travelling and fighting. But obviously I like fighting at home as well. It's a lot less stress. It's a lot... I don't know, it's less stress in a way, but it's more stress in other ways. There's a lot more pressure up in this fight than it would be fighting in New York or in Abu Dhabi or wherever. There's a lot more stress in terms of that, but it's good. It's good. This is what I dreamt of when I was a little boy starting MMA, stuff like that. So yeah, looking forward to it, mate. Massively.
A nice new arena as well you're going to be fighting in. The one thing that people have picked up on is the time. It's not ideal.
Yeah.
You're going to be fighting, I'm not sure if they give you the exact time, about 4 or 5 in the morning. How is that for you?
It's not ideal. I think it's worse for the fans than it is me. I'm an athlete. I'll adapt to it. I don't emotionally attack myself to anything. If I have to be somewhere at a certain time and be ready for then, I'll do it. That's how you should be as a top level elite athlete. It's way worse for the fans, the Manchester fans who want to watch it live than used to be. So I wish it could be different, obviously, for the fans. I wish it could be different myself as well, being selfish in there, but it isn't. So I will adjust accordingly.
What type of atmosphere do you expect? Obviously, I'm not sure what the rules are on ale and if they'll be cutting that off at some particular point. What are you expecting when you walk out?
Well, people don't need to be drinking to be passionate. No matter where that's at, if they're drinking or not, mate, it's still going to be a wild atmosphere. People will have still been drinking earlier in the day, so yeah, it's going to be a good time, mate. It's going to be crazy.
And what about your camp for this? Obviously, it is later in the evening. Does anything change? Do you train it later at night, or how do you acclimatise to having to fight at that time in the morning?
Yeah, well, to be honest, that's something we've not quite figured out yet. I would imagine that for a couple of weeks before we'll be changing the training time to like 4 AM, I guess. I don't know. But for right now, we're just training as normal, but we're still like 10 weeks on fight right now. So it's something I've not figured out. I want to speak to a few more people who know more about that than I do. Maybe Bisping, he's done it. Maybe see how Leon's doing it. Maybe speak to a couple of doctors, scientists, that kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, and you're in a unusual position at the minute where you are interim champ, and usually interim champ he goes and unified. That's what happens. Not for 11 years since Brendan Barrow last defended has someone done this. So what is the feeling going into this? Do you feel like you should be fighting John Jones right now?
I'm over it at this point. I'm fighting Curtis Blades. it's a tough fight. I'm preparing for Curtis, so John Jones and all the rest of the politics are pretty irrelevant to me right now. Right now, focused on him and nothing else.
And then when you move forward after this fight, obviously you're gunning for a win. John Jones isn't fighting until November, so that still leaves you in limbo. How are you feeling about that?
If I win this one, which I believe I will, my next fight has to be from undisputed, definitely. And I'll wait it out if I have to after this one. But for right now, that doesn't exist right now. What exists for me is Curtis Blades and nothing more. I'll cross that bridge when I come through.
Obviously, you're a big boxing fan. You've trained with Tyson Fury. I've got to ask you about the weekend. Did you see the fight? What did you make of it?
Yeah, I watched it. I thought, irrelevant on who you thought won, I think we won as viewers. I think it was an amazing fight for both guys. So much skill, so much heart, determination for both guys. If you're going to ask me who I think won, I think it was well justified. Usyk won. I think, and that's coming from someone who's known Tyson for a long time. I think Usyk got it fair and square, and I'd like to see a rematch.
Yeah, and that rematch just gets bigger and bigger. Lots of money on the table. There's no reason why it shouldn't happen. Do you think Tyson can make some adjustments? Because he was doing well in the middle round. He was doing really well. It looked like he's well on his way, and it just turned on him.
Yeah, I mean, that's heavyweight combat sports, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, to me, after the first 4 rounds, Usyk started to look a bit flat. But maybe that was just Usyk taking his foot off the gas. I don't know. And then Tyson started coming on a bit, and then before you know it, Usyk nearly stopped him in the 9th, and it was all downhill but for Tyson. So that's heavyweight combat sports, mate. Great to watch though.
Absolutely, yeah. But just finally, before I let you go, you are going to be one of the best, heavyweights of all time, hopefully the best. When you look forward and the people you're chasing right now, does any few fighters stand out in terms of, they have set the bar and that's what I've got to do to get there?
Yeah, there's a lot of great heavyweights who I look up to. Stipe obviously being one of them. Cain Velasquez being another. There's a lot of Randy Couture, Fabricio Verdum. You can go on forever. Right? Mark Coleman's another great one who gets overlooked a lot. He was brilliant back in his day. But ultimately, I got focused on my view. And right now, none of that really matters. What matters is July 27th, Curtis Blades. And I'm coming for that win first before I start thinking about that stuff.
Absolutely. UFC 304. Can't wait to watch, mate. Thanks for your time today. Good luck with everything.
Thank you, mate.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.